Hey everyone. First thing I want to say is happy birthday to Jordie Weeds. I don't know if it's his birthday. Skype told me it was his birthday. But um, I'll leave a link in the description box to his channel. Um, yeah, to me, he reminds me of my feeling of a sort of like glass ceiling uh, kind of cliquishness of other YouTubers that when I was first here on YouTube I wasn't able to penetrate. And this guy came into my circle of friends. Uh, I don't own it, but you know, there's a circle that exists, and he's a part of it now. And he was watching our videos before he was a part of that circle, and now he's a part of it. And I feel good that Jordie is with us, not just because he's pretty cool at playing Cards Against Humanity. Um, it's like, to me, he is our proof that we are not as cliquish as other groups. All you got to do is send me a message, or send somebody else a message, and you will be brought in. There's some chick named Red in our Cards Against Humanity group. I don't know who the fuck she is. She's got a really fucked up Skype avatar with the mouth is like, if you're afraid of clowns, yeah, wow. Anyways, she's in the group now, you know, and people aren't as picky and cliquish everywhere you go, and you don't know until you try. So if you want to hang out with us, um, the set of friends is always changing, ever changing. Um, Next thing I want to say is I got a message on a video just like 5 minutes ago, and this was my last video on this channel called "On Pray Well with Others," and the comment was from Ice Cream Bob Raw5069, and it says, "I think you just feel left out. You should feel this way because you are without Jesus Christ." So, I'm supposed to feel left out, and this is supposed to be a bad thing, right? But what I'm also supposed to feel is I should want to have this Jesus Christ, that all this other group that wants me to feel left out when I'm like this, when I'm just by myself. You know, I'm supposed to want to be a part of them when part of what they do is make people who are not like them feel left out. I don't really think I have it in me to be one of those people that make other people feel left out. Like, if I were in the position of having Jesus Christ within me, I don't know that I would be using the same tactic, you know? I just don't see how it would be effective, Bob. Everything that happens to me while I'm in this position, I'm going to probably remember. And if it's been as long as it has been for me, uh, going on, fuck, 25, 30 years, you know, yeah, I've got a lot of memories. And if they're bad, if bad things happen to me from you, if I get this feeling of being left out from you, when I get there, when I actually have all of these credentials of having the Jesus within me, you know, have something surgically sewn onto my heart and call it the Holy Spirit or something like that, right? When I get there and I can, like, demonstrably prove by magic that I am a member of your club, that's not gonna make me like you if you are the one who made me feel alone for a very long time. So, in a sense, the addition of Jesus is not going to change the feeling of alone that I would have from my fellow human beings. Yes, I might be a little bit happier because I'd have my regular lonely self with the addition of a magic invisible friend who I wouldn't think was imaginary if I was in your position. So I'm not going to put it that way, but yeah, I might have that addition, but I'm still going to feel like my fellow man is a piece of shit who makes people feel like they are not part of this group that I would call, from my perspective right now, human beings, which pretty much includes everyone. And you're not supposed to, you know, draw a line between people and say these people are good and these people are bad, you know, unless you have really, really good reason, like they're being pieces of shit for something that they do to everyone else, like make them feel like outcasts. I don't know. So, yeah, this is a video that I'm filming off the cuff because I popped up out of my bed like a Pop-Tart. Can't get back to sleep. And I'm about to go into a horrible day at my market because it's a Broncos football day. Today, the Broncos play the Patriots in the AFC Championship, which means, and this happens at 1 p.m., right in the middle of market hours, so I'm not going to have much sales today. If I was a Broncos fan before this run, I would completely be in the same place I am right now. I hate the Broncos. They are bad for business. Bad, bad, bad. I want them to lose, like, enough. I want them to be like the Cleveland Browns, you know, where, like, they lose enough games that nobody cares whether they're on TV anymore. That's what I want. I want the Broncos to suffer like the Cleveland Browns. Like, I'm a Steelers fan, and you know, if the Browns beat the Steelers once or twice every 10 years, when it happens, I'm like, well, you know, they kind of needed it. You know, I don't feel any animosity when they do have that any given Sunday win. You know, because they don't matter. That's what I want for the Broncos. If I could curse them with magic, I'd be like, you hurt my sales at my market, and now your merchandising sales will suffer because your team will suck. Ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga. You know. And I will end with the update on the world's stupidest criminal who, there's a video somewhere on my channel in the last 10 videos about it. He came in yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago now. Came in 2 days ago with his wife and baby in tow. Same baby that was there when he did what he did, which was shoplift a giant light board out of my market. This light board controlled a bunch of stage lights that were flashing. You know, he just went right in and stuck it under his coat, and you know, was caught on camera while his wife was filling out an application for a Lifeline phone or an Obama phone in, you know, in the market, after she identified him as her husband to me, asking if he could get a Lifeline phone too, and I told her, you know, there's only one per household. And I took a picture of her driver's license and took a picture of her application in order to send it off to Blue Jay Wireless in order to get her this Lifeline phone. So I had this information on my phone, and when we were reviewing the footage of who stole it, you know, it was very obvious, you know, this link that we could make. And so when we gave all the footage and all the applications and everything, and copies of everything to the policeman, I put a little bow on it, like, here you go. And Officer Campos, he followed up on it, and he had been trying to track down where this guy was, but he was hiding as soon as he found out that the police were onto him. Also, their friend who was there with them, who also signed up for the Lifeline phone, she walked by the front of my market, and Chad, the owner of the light board, was outside, and he went off on her, and I heard yelling from inside the market, but I didn't know what it was. And Chad came in, and he had tears streaming down his eyes, tears of anger, you know. And he told her that if she didn't turn in her friends, you know, she's going down as an accomplice too. And you know, she was there with them when it happened, and after reviewing the footage, it kind of looked like she was a lookout. You know, she was running distraction for him. So he went off on her, and when they came in 2 days ago, they walked down the entrance ramp, and they looked inside the office and saw me, and they said, "Is the guy with the long beard here?" You know, and for them to know who it was that gave the police report when Officer Campos had not been able to get in touch with them, that says that their friend was the one that told them that the police report had been submitted, because that's what Chad screamed at her in the meantime, between the shoplifting and that day. So 2 days ago, they come in the ramp, they want to see Chad, and Cinnamon was in front of me, and she knew the story, but she was not aware of who it was that was asking to see Chad. And I'm like trying to call Chad, you know, to give him like a breather before he walks out to see them. I'm trying to call him, like, so he doesn't just like get surprised, you know, caught off guard by, hey, they're here, you know. And I couldn't get a hold of him, and he was in the east wing of the market. So Cinnamon's like, well, why don't you just go get him? I'm like, I am not, in my head, I'm like, I'm not leaving the office or them unattended. These are known criminals. You know, Officer Campos did a run-up of, you know, he pulled up their criminal records in his car, and he came back and said they are multiple-time felons that work in conjunction with each other. You know, I'm not leaving them to go get him. You know, the only reason I'm not kicking them out is because they want to talk to him, and they might, you know, be apologetic, because that's the look on their face. You know, he didn't come angry. He looked very solemn, and he had his baby Same baby that was there when he stole, but had his baby in a baby carriage that he was, carrying with him, and his wife. So Cinnamon went back to get Chad, and she at least could feel that something was up when she said to him, these people are out there, So he at least had a feeling that, he needed to take a breather first. He comes out to see him, and that sound right there, that's, instead of hearing droid all the time, I changed it to that. So from now on, you won't be hearing it, droid. You'll hear some other sound from my cell phone. Anyways, before Chad got out there, I decided it would be a really good idea to turn my cell phone video function on to get some really good video and audio from their conversation. And in the conversation, the guy admitted that he had stolen the light board. And he said that he didn't have it anymore, but he was willing to pay for it to keep from going to prison. And he referenced his baby. He was like, I really can't go to prison. I have a baby, I need to take care of. Same baby that was there when he stole, So it wasn't very effective, that tactic of showing that he had a baby, a wife and a kid to take care of. I wasn't feeling it anyway, but I was just observing as Chad talked to him, and they hammered out that he would bring the money for the light board the next day on his payday, and then Chad would then back down from pressing charges on him. Thing is, after that conversation and they left, my immediate first thing that I did was call Officer Campos and leave a message and tell him that I had the footage of them coming into the store with him admitting that he stole it, and me having a good portion of the audio where the conversation happened where he was supposed to make restitution, all on my cell phone, right? That's where I have it. And I can take it off and give it to you, officer. And this will help your case against him. And so he called back and left a message for me saying, oh yeah, if he wants to come give restitution, that's fine. It won't hurt our case. I do want the video from you, but it will not prevent us from bringing charges against him, because video footage of him doing the act was shown to a police officer. So it is not within our power at all to drop charges against the guy, because he is a felon on probation who shoplifted, and there was video evidence shown to a police officer. So he's fucked, making restitution or not, right? And one day passes, and he actually did not show up with any money at all to make restitution. We waited all day, and I kind of expected him to come in and hem and haw and, say, hey, could you take just this much and I'll get the rest for you later, because it's a significant sum of money that it was for sale for. So I kind of expected him to only do partial, if at all. But he didn't show at all. But I will show the police officer the new footage of him coming in to try to make restitution for something that he stole, which will further incriminate him, and yeah, he's toast. In court, he is toast. So, those were the continuing adventures of the world's dumbest criminal. I guess for one weekend, go Patriots, even though I'm a Steelers fan. Because anybody but the Broncos from now till the end of time, they're bad for business.